AMA. We will be getting started soon, so just stay back, relax, and chill. We'll be getting started soon.
Good morning. What's up, guys?
Good morning, Miyoshi. And welcome aboard, Figgy. Nice to see you here. I'm gonna wait a few more minutes. I think there's a few more people that need to comment to today's call, so just give it just a moment.
Hey guys, sorry, I was just connecting my AirPods. Do I sound all right?
Yeah, you sound good. I'm just trying to invite DeFi Never on right now. Okay, I think he's on.
Yo, hey, champ.
Yes.
It's Never.
Never.
What's up?
So we're waiting on one more person, right?
Yeah,
Magnus?
just waiting for Magnus. I'll send him an invite.
Got it. And thank you guys for coming in today's AMA as well. Things are a bit busy at Redacted right now.
No, super stoked to be here. Yeah, it's pretty busy over there, but always got to do the community AMAs with you guys,
All right, I see Magnus as a listener. I'm going to invite you to speak.
Hey, Magnus, my dude. How are you, man?
He's coming in. He's coming in. Magnus, if you're there, just respond to the invite. You should be good. There we go.
Hey guys, how you doing?
Hello, how you doing, Magnus?
Yeah, doing well, guys.
Great, great. So I think let's see. I'd say we can get started. I'd say great. Great. So welcome everyone to our Concave times Redacted AMA. And this is going to be like the last part of our current AMA session of our AMA week. And so basically for this AMA, it's going to be an exploratory AMA between Concave and Redacted, where we'll see what potential synergies we have between both protocols. And it's also just a way for us to communicate with the community who are interested in this conversation. And so I'd say usually how I like to start this is, there are people that may not know about Concave or Redacted. And so And for anyone from Redacted side, could you give us a brief overview of Redacted and what your vision is?
Yeah, super dope. Never did you want to talk about some of like
Yeah,
your
sure. I
proposals?
can do this. So basically, we were trying to tackle this vertical of governance and basically trying to create dApps and smart contracts that capture value and gives it to our token holders. So we started off as an ohm fork because we saw this mechanism as such a black hole for tokens, and we saw how ohm was able to use this 3-3 mechanics to get a huge treasury. So our first phase in the past 3 months was to use this mechanism to basically grow our treasury to around 100 mil, and now we're moving. Now we're extending this thesis and creating new dApps that basically use governance and capture value through that. So that's kind of the general thesis of Redacted.
Great, thank you. And so, I would always like to ask this question on the other side. Not everyone may not know about what Concave is. And so, Yashi, would you like to give a brief overview of what Concave is and what we're looking to do?
Yeah, I think in the entire ecosystem, I think Namer's some overview is pretty good. So I want to just hop off that. I think we Concave and Redacted are pretty similar in terms of how we think about it. I think the two. I mean, along the most sophisticated protocol here in the space is just us. Not to brag about ourselves, but this is just the truth. And like Concave similarly, right? We think of we're builders too. We want to so basically we want to build tools, infrastructure, smart contracts, right, to generate income for our holders, right? So some of it is through management of the treasury, just like Redacted, maybe a different angle, right? Maybe not in the same war, as I say, but we want to utilize the bonding system that the bounding mechanics, right, to raise the treasury, the active manage that treasury to generate income for our holders, and then we also provide services, right? We create, we have our AMM. We basically create tools and services, right? NFT marketplaces, all those sort of things, to generate. This is a different layers of income, right? All those will be eventually distributed in non-native token to our holders, to our stakers, so that is non-inflationary. So that's the goal, right? Just create value for our holders, for the stakers, for the community, right? And then one of the services I want to point out is that we are pretty advanced, and we're wrapping it up and testing is our smart bonding machine, which is a little bit different from what the original uh, own way how to handle bonding is. It's very dynamic. It tracks all the market information, and you just basically reset your yeah. I mean, we definitely can go through more details. I believe we went through more details protocols, but it's a new way of bonding. Very and we have quite a number of existing uh, partners who's very interested. They DM me on quite frequently. Want to be want to be our customer there. So that will be a layer. That's one of the layers of one of the many layers of income, and eventually will be distributed. So to the investors. But just want to give you that example. But yeah, it's pretty much us builders.
Great. Thank you, Miyoshi. And so on Redacted side, we've been seeing a lot of the moves that you're making. I know that you guys are working on a lot of stuff. Been hearing things about curve wars, about um pool, and I guess could you share with us an hidden hand? And so would you be able to share some more information that you have about like what you're doing with the curve wars and what your plan is in regard to that?
Sure. I mean, for people who don't understand, like as in the audience, the curve wars is just basically the fight over the emissions that the curve protocol emits to different pools. Yeah, we focus on governance, and we see that curve, of course, is the protocol that actually captures all most of the value in DeFi, even though it's not even though if it doesn't push through the most volume, Uniswap does. But so yeah, we first tackled Curve. That's why we bonded CVX and Curve the most. And we see that these protocols, like these stable coins, are the biggest TVL of most protocols in DeFi. So this is now they're all fighting for the Curve emission. So we decided to open up like a generalized bribe protocol called Hidden Hand, which is actually launching soon TM. And yeah, and that these are not super connected to the forward pool, but we also have a partnership with Terra, where we basically do like an OTC bribe to their pools. And yeah, that's kind of the things we're doing with Terra.
Great, great, and that's really nice, and I'm really excited for that. Now, in terms of Concave, I know you had some questions, so I'm going to ask them for Miaoshi right here. So, in terms of Concave, can you expand on the liquid staking and what mechanisms are behind that?
Yeah, for sure. So liquid staking, this is what we call it lock staking. It's a little bit different from whether it's the Curve or the Curve ecosystem or the Andre style AMM system, which well, I don't want to express too much alpha, but that's definitely something we want to be built on top of very soon. But just based on back to our own liquid staking. So think about it as like rebase, right? Bonding revenue. So for rebase, the bonding revenue is the main source of income, right? For the rebase holders, and then the problem with that is that in the rebase model, there are two issues. Number one, right? People can stake and unstake anytime they want. So this is really not encouraging people. Really, like we're not giving we're not really giving the benefit to the people who trusted us, right? We don't really differentiate that much, right? That's from the value perspective. And then from the protocol health perspective, we're pretty assigned to a huge reward rate, right? So basically, for all the stakers, with the reward, like everyone is competing with a super high APY, right? Showing a super high APY, that's a poison, especially when the market is volatile, especially when your protocol's premium, right, versus your backing is not that high. In that case, right, you're forced to do a lot of bonding, do a lot of that, which causes a lot of dilution that not only hurts the staker but hurts the long-term health of the protocol. So the classic rebase model in light of bonding is not the best combo, which is why we discussed, we came up with a liquid staking, which is the lock staking, and this is the way that so this is the way we can ensure number one the non dilute this is the I think the with the staking cap on some of the pools, right? We have basically full liquid staking pools, but I think that by doing this, we actually achieve non-dilutive bonding for the longer locks. We can ensure with the cap on them, we can ensure that their growth will always be growing at the same rate as market cap. That you can't achieve it in the rebase model. So that's the original goal. And then basically, going to the value point again, having a liquid staking, right, or kind of having some sort of lock staking actually rewards people that trusted us for the long term. That helps us. Right. So that's just we'll go to the reward part a little bit later. And the third point is that rebase is kind of shitty because it doesn't allow you to control the supply. You're pre-assigned to a supply curve or some sort of variation of a supply curve. So that you lose control of your protocol's liquidity. Oh, sorry, or protocol's liquidity management. You only have the demand. You only can control a little of the demand side. The supply side is completely off your hand. But with liquid staking, with parameters we can change around this liquid staking, we will have some control on the supply side of your token, right? That's very good for the long-term health of your protocol. So those are the three reasons that we choose this. And going back to I want to deep dive a little bit about the reward, the benefit part, right? So we have 4 pools. As a liquid staker, right? You versus shareholders, right? Just non-stakers, you basically have boosted multipliers on 2 things. Number one, right? On the bonding revenue, right? As we mentioned, the higher pool, the longest pool, it's guaranteed not to be diluted from bonding. So that number one, right? The bounding. So we have a tiered income on the bounding revenue. Then we'll have a tiered different booster multipliers on the dividend we're going to receive. The longer you lock, the higher the dividend you're going to get, right? Those are the two things. And then on the liquidity management part, the supply, the token supply part, right? We have a global access controller, which balance out the demand for bonding and staking, and also balance out the emission rate through the long term. And that's this applies to all the pool, all the different liquid staking pool, and we call it the APY controller or emission controller. So that's on the third point I want to mention. I mentioned. So yeah, so basically in summary, right? This is I think this is a good way to number one, take out dilution, from bonding, make bonding non-dilutive again. Well, it's never non-dilutive. Number two, right? It rewards people that give us trust for the longer time, more benefit. And number three, it allows us to control the supply, the emission of the protocol better, so that this is beneficial to the long-term health of the protocol. That's a quick summary.
Great. Thank you for such a detailed explanation, Miyoshi. And so one topic that I want to touch upon is that, we both protocols, we are sort of launching something, right? In terms of Concave, we recently just launched our AMM and our token, like for price discovery. And on Redacted side, I know you guys are looking to launch a V2 and sort of revamp your tokenomics. And so one question that I have for each of you, and I'll ask Redacted this first, is, could you share more information on, the V2 launch and like the revamped tokenomics that you guys are working on?
Yeah, sure. I think Chao Shimami, he gave a detailed response to exactly how the dilution works and the own mechanics. So we do see the positives from it, but like you said, there you can't really control the dilution that happens in the system or where you direct these dilutions to. It's just all kind of market based. So with V2, we're basically moving to more of a cap supply model. We will share the details later about exactly what we're allocating these resources to, but so we will still keep the bonding, but instead of having it just based on the debt of the system or stuff like that, basically we'll have a policy team that's going to be controlling to which bonds or to a policy team making decisions on what's the most positive EVE for emissions and allocating those emissions to that, which could be incentives, bonding into the system, or staking rewards. But yeah, we're going to be moving away from the infinite rebase model.
Great, great. And going off of that, Concave recently just launched. We had our AMM, and we're finally live after so many months. So could you touch on launch day? How was it, and how did it go, essentially?
Yeah, so I mean, as I mentioned, it was definitely not. I was super pumped. I think every, all things considered, the team did a good job, but definitely it's not the most smooth. It's not the smoothest launch. We have issues from on the AMA right here and there. I think we learned that the reason is that we give the community a promise, right? Q1, we have to be up. We're working on many threads, especially have all different sort of innovative product. We're working on many threads together. We want to put it out, right? If we have a day or two, those issues won't be there. So yeah, we're basically in light of the launch day, right? We learned a lot of valuable lessons from the testing and coordination perspective, and we're young. We're young. A lot, not we. I'm a fucking boomer. A lot of the teams, especially the devs, right? They're fucking genius, young people, but there's some lacking the structures, right? We're putting them in. I already see that, for the basically, right? We want to do things better in future. Many of the future launches and future releases. So yeah, so we learned the lesson from the launch. We build structures and got real around it, and we are incorporating it. to future launches. So overall, super pumped. Any inconvenience we cause, we take full ownership. I'm not gonna pretend that there's no issue, like it's 100% perfect. No, absolutely not. We're learning our lessons.
Great, great. I think it's always important to learn lessons. Okay, so the next part of the segment is basically speaking more about, really thinking more about what kind of synergies there are between both protocols and, what kind of partnerships can happen between Redacted and Concave. And so, one thing I'd like to challenge you guys to do is to really think about, how we can grow like synergistically as community. And so one question I would like to ask Redacted is, why why did you choose to partner with Concave? Like why did you partner with us essentially?
Yeah, we basically we identify that Concave has like a very, very strong community and like it's got really, really good vibes. We've done some of these previous events with you guys, like the Dota one, even though we got our ass handed to us. And for like, both communities to come together, we think it's like very beneficial for both projects to have constant presence around like Twitter as well as like maintaining engagement together. And that's what we find the most valuable, being able to bridge these two communities.
Yeah.
Definitely. And one of the cool things actually, Magnus, is we had that big event, right? We had that butterfly spoon event. And this was like, and the inception of Concave, man. And it was so fun and it was so awesome to see another protocol really leveraging GatherTown and utilizing it. And it was such a cool event because we had this big beach party and it was really this community aspect, right? And I think that's one of the things that a lot of these projects are essentially in the DeFi system, like DeFi space now, is that we all share this common goal of having a great community, right? Like I feel that DeFi has evolved so much post really Olympus, right? Because I use that as the inception, really, that you had these communities and these projects that were die-hard community members, right? And we created this bonding, this event where like everybody was just always together and having a good time and then just being good community members. And then we had that one event, and it was awesome to see how everybody, both Concave and Redacted community members, came together just to have a good time, enjoy the memes, and really leverage the mimetic energy, which is what we did, right? And then that's the great thing about Concave and Redacted is that we've both have found a way to leverage this mimetic expression and truly engage the community for a bigger goal than just the dollar signs, right? It's more about having a community, having an individual that you can go into Discord, go into Twitter, go in, the network effect, right? And utilize it and just talk, just have a good time and then forget about those bad days or those down days or those red and, or green days, right? And I think that's what Redacted and Concave have really done is really embody that mimetic expression and really engage with community members and offer this, the space where everybody can feel good and just have a good time, right? And I think that's what truly really connects Concave and Redacted, especially from that butterfly spoon event that we did.
We got a strong culture on between the two communities. We have a very, very strong culture, and I think that's very, very important.
Yeah. Well said, J-Man, well said, Magnus. And vice versa, for Concave, why, we saw Redacted since the beginning, we love you guys, but what led to this partnership with Redacted? Essentially, like why did we end up partnering with Redacted?
Oh yeah, this answer is clear. It's their Dota skills. We want to practice with them all day, 100%. This is the only way to keep in touch. No, jokes aside, dude, I want to vibe and have with those guys on a daily basis. But at the end of the day, we want to make some money together. Okay, those are things. This is again my personal view, right? We can talk more offline. A couple of things I think we could do. It come from both sides, like I think we can provide some services if the bonding as a service, right? If you guys are interested, the smart bonding, we can help, right? Build, it's different. Yes, it's tailored, customized solution. Yesterday we were talking to NFT oriented DAO, and they want to make some customer bonding, and also with governance, we think about it. I think it's doable. Yeah, we'll eventually do it. again, like if the demand is too, if the but yeah, it's basically bundling the service. We can do that, and then we both have treasury, right? I'm sure there will be synergies of treasury management at some point. That's number two, and number three. I believe we could potentially create an ecosystem for you guys to deploy your treasury in, so that we'll make it. Yeah, it's mutually beneficial, right? You can make a good yield, and you can help us vitalize our ecosystem. So yeah, those are the things. Like just on top of my head, I'm sure there are more. Alongside of the community, right? I think like we are like everything both of the protocols doing is community oriented. We're trying to like we have a common goal, make our community happy, and I'm sure there will be a lot of things we can do there.
Yeah, and I like thinking about it in terms of like synergies. What kind of, I know we're doing a lot, and like what kind of synergies do you see between Concave and Redacted? And I guess I could also ask this question to Redacted. Like, do you see any synergies between like both of these protocols that we could potentially utilize?
Yeah, to be honest, 100%. I'm just gonna be straight up. I think there are their experience of managing their treasury, right? Is that they have a bigger treasury at the moment. They're more experienced managing that, right? There are something we can look for their help. I think we're a little more innovative in terms of how do we do bounding, right? We can help there, and both of us, in terms of synergies, right? We're also geared towards providing the some sort of ecosystem on the DAX side of things. That's, as I mentioned, right? That's something, they're deploying their treasury, right? They can deploy the treasury here, help us, and we help them make money. So, yeah. Send it.
Great.
To touch on some of
go for it, Figgy.
I was just going to touch on some of the community synergies we will be having with Concave. So, like right now we have something planned for like an Optimobs event, have like a Redacted, like same kind of style event as we did before, like Butterfly Spoon, but have Octomobs in as well. Maybe have another beach party within Gather Town. And yeah, just supporting our fellow homies at the end of the day, right?
Yeah, that would be sick. And as a matter of fact, what's crazier is that from that first event we did, right? We went with like the templates and we kind of customized a bit some of the areas, but I mean, I don't know if you guys have been. Oh, sorry about that. I know you guys went to the Octomob and you did, I think, that poker night. But I don't know if you've ventured out into the Concave town itself. But we've really created this what we call the Concave world, right? Where we're essentially building out our Discord and creating these spaces where community members and other projects can kind of come in and and enjoy the space and just have this social hub. So I think that we can totally redo a major event just like we did that first Butterfly Spoon event. But we've progressed so much on the building capacity that it'd be amazing to see what we could come up with now as we have built out Concave Town. And I think it'd be really fun to do that again.
Yeah, what you guys have done with the gather space has been freaking amazing, man. So props to you.
Yeah, man, definitely. It's we actually Joe Kim, which is our contact over at Gather Town, actually told us that some people have been contacting him and say, hey, who built out the stuff for Concave? We'd like to hire them or something because it's amazing. And it's like, dude, like we built all this in house, right? It's like it's truly been amazing what we've done with the Concave Town and really built out a lot of stuff and really created this social hub and it's been really cool because we've done a lot of collaborations and really utilized the network effect with our partners and other NFT projects and just kind of giving visibility. And just we do our karaoke nights every week, every Friday. We do all types of events, but it truly is that next level of gamification utilizing this quote unquote metaverse. And it's been truly humbling to see how everybody loves it and how how much kudos we've gotten from the community and other members from different areas.
Oh yeah, Figgy, go and join the karaoke night, all right?
Yeah, I'll be singing.
Love to hear Figgy's voice. Hell yeah, man. Hey man, I break it down.
Let's go. You heard it here first. All right, great. No, I think this is a really great conversation. Now, um, looking forward, for for both of these protocols, like I know that we're working on a lot of stuff, but just really briefly, could you tell us what are Redacted's plans for the future?
For the most part, we're just hyper focused on the V2 rollout. Like we've got Hidden Hand on the cards, and then we got Pyrex as well. We have a few partners in store, and we'll be announcing them in due time. But for the near future, it's predominantly just to do with V2 and like Hidden Hand and Pyrex. And you guys will be hearing from us soon about more stuff. So yeah, keep your eyes and ears open, guys.
Sounds exciting. Sounds very exciting. I'm really excited for V2, by the way. I think what you guys are doing are great. And so, on the flip side, for Concave, we just launched. And, we definitely have a lot in store. So just really briefly, like, what are Concave's plans in the future, Miaoshi?
Just similarly, right? We're hyper focused on getting the liquid staking bonding out, and immediately after that, right, when the bonding machine start rolling, we're thinking, so we're definitely, I mean, we're already, pretty actively managing treasury, given that we haven't got the bonding machine yet. So a lot of things, I basically made the rule better safe than like. So we're not doing anything fancy, but more fancy. Like once the bonding machine start rolling, doing fancier stuff with our treasury immediately, right? And then once the bonding machine start rolling, we'll be talking to the interested partners, customers about how to help them on the bonding as a service front. So those are immediate things, and then at the same time, right, we'll be thinking about constantly upgrading the bonding machine, making more and more stuff optimized and automated, and then immediately after this step, so we'll be exploring as I hinted in the Twitter in my tweet yesterday, a huge new AMM ecosystem, which potentially will be related to the number three part of liquidity management, the POL management.
Nice. That was a little bit of alpha there for you guys. And yeah, so I think we've covered most of the questions in terms of Redacted and Concave. So, this last segment, for anyone in the audience who wants to, speak or ask any questions, or even for people at our Discord, if you have any questions for us in regard to either Redacted or Concave or this partnership, feel free to, request to speak or, send a message to the Discord. And yeah. Oh, you don't got anyone? When Dota? When are we playing Dota again?
Yo, you need to let us practice, man.
We do need to set up another. We do need to set up another game. We do need to set up another game night. I know you guys want to play.
I thought that what we agreed on is their choice now. It's Redacted's choice. You choose a game, and we'll do whatever you guys ask.
What do you guys want to play? Huh? What do you guys want to play?
I think Colton was thinking about Halo, but damn.
No, we wanted to.
Yeah, we'll have to see.
Yeah, maybe I know. One of our members, Big Soup, loves to play Halo, so maybe we can get something going with that. It'll certainly be exciting. I know you guys are busy, but it's always nice to play games with the boys.
Yeah, it's good to chill out every once in a while.
Yeah, especially since we're probably up all the time. But yeah, if there's no more questions, I think we're good. Thank you, friends, for coming by today. Really excited for V2 and the Hidden Hand Marketplace, and we look forward to a fruitful partnership together. I know that both of us were just getting things started, and so I think once we get the ball rolling, we could come up with a lot of synergies.
When merch collab, that's what we need.
Yo, you guys have the best merch. Like, seriously.
Yo, you can thank D-Bag on the team for that. He did an awesome job with all that.
Merch
VP
collab.
merch coming soon.
Yeah, Figgy gonna leak some alpha. We got some more stuff on the way.
Nice.
Let's go.
Concave redacted merch collab.
Yeah, guys, make sure to follow Never Defined. All right, I might give away a hoodie or two if we get him over 1K.
Let me
Let's
follow
get
him
never
right
to
now.
1K, guys.
Let's go. All right, thank you, friends. Really appreciate having you here. Jimmy, did you want to say something or?
No, unless we have any other questions from the community that's in the audience, feel free to request. We'll bring you on up. If not, I guess we can probably end it. We'll give them a few minutes to see if anybody requests.
Oh, we do.
We do have some requests. Let's bring up Bike.
Oh, it's
for
Bike.
peace up here.
There we go. So Bike, I should have approved you. Did you see it?
Yes, I want to say that, of course, for me, going out with Concave and the values, it's so nice to have partners like you, Redacted, because you have the same vision and the same values. So announcing out there that we have friends like you makes it way easier to change the DeFi space. So from my side, thank you very much for what you do. Much love to you. Thank you very much, family.
Thanks, sir.
Yeah,
Thanks, man.
for those kind words, sir.
Great. Yeah. I think that's a great way to end the conversation. If there's no more questions, I think we're good. I think we're good to call this to an end.
Awesome, guys. Appreciate you. Appreciate all the Concave community, and thanks for hosting.
Yeah, thanks you guys.
Make sure you follow everyone up here. Never, Magnus, Figgy. Make sure you follow them all on Twitter. And then make sure you join the Discord as well if you have any questions. Ban Mario, man. Definitely ban Mario.
Don't forget ban Magnus as well, guys.
I don't know, man. Magnus Rug is there at the end, bro. I think my last stand was ban Magnus after the music rug.
Oh, there we go.
Right, guys,
may the meme live on. Thanks, guys. See you later.
Thank you. Appreciate you guys.
Peace.
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 More do you want from me? More. How much more successful do you want me to be? More successful. How many records can my records break? More records. But I'm the best. But are you a different animal and the same beast? What the does that mean? You're welcome. What the is he talking about?
That day, Greenbow County. And when I got there, I figured since I'd gone this far, might as well turn around, just keep on going. When I got to...
That's you. Quiet, he's gonna say something.
Hey Tom, have you heard that Concave is branding themselves as a co-op and not a DAO now? How do you feel about that?
It's awesome. It's awesome because, everybody contributes when we win, and certainly when we lose too. We win as a team, we lose as a team.
Oh.